You're born in 14th century Europe into what they call a cursed bloodline. Not cursed enough to die young, not blessed enough to escape your fate. Just stuck in the middle of nowhere with a destiny even the devil himself begs to pass on. Your mother spends her days praying for your soul before you even know you need saving. Your father is always away, doing work that makes grown men tremble with fear. Then you reach age 2. Congratulations, you've beaten the plague and starvation. But surviving childhood might just be the worst thing that ever happens to you. By age 4, you start noticing the whispers. People don't simply avoid your house. They make the sign of the cross when they walk past it. Your mother never takes you to the market, never lets you play with the other children. She says it's because of wild animals. You're beginning to think the real animals walk on 2 legs and throw rocks at your windows. Then one day, curiosity kills more than just a cat. You sneak out to the village square and find a crowd gathered round a wooden platform. There's screaming, begging, the stench of blood and fear. And there, clutching a strange metal device, is a man in a dark hood. The crowd parts as he walks by, some spitting, others simply staring in horror. That's when you see it. Your father's face beneath that hood. That night, you corner him. Your father sits you down and pulls off his gloves. His hands are scarred and stained, and he tells you the truth that will haunt every dream you'll ever have. Your father is a torturer. When someone steals bread, speaks against the Lord, or looks at a priest the wrong way, they are brought to your father. His job is to hurt them until they confess to things they may not have even done. But wait, it gets worse. Nobody applies for this job. Nobody wakes up one morning thinking, "Blimey, I'd love to spend my life breaking people's fingers for a living." Which means there's only one way people become torturers. They are born into it. Your grandfather was a torturer, his father before him, and his father's father. This isn't merely some family trait. It's a family curse, and you've just inherited it. You had dreams once, perhaps becoming a farmer, growing things instead of destroying them. Perhaps a merchant, traveling to faraway places where nobody knows your name. Perhaps even a priest, saving souls instead of damning your own. But none of that matters now. The city won't allow you anything else. You're marked, branded from birth to follow in your father's bloody footsteps. Underscore 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 underscore. Age 8. Training begins. And by training, I mean learning to clean up after human suffering. You start by sharpening the tools. Pincers for pulling teeth, screws for crushing thumbs, ropes for the strepado. Each tool has a purpose. Each purpose involves screaming. Before you're permitted to touch human flesh, your father tosses you a pile of animal bones, pig femurs, goat ribs, cow skulls. Break them cleanly, he orders. Understand how muscles, sinew, and bone react under strain. You spend weeks cracking livestock remains, learning the precise pressure needed to shatter without killing. The stench of rotting meat clings to your clothes as you master this grotesque craft on dead animals first. You learn to oil the rack so it doesn't creak when it stretches people apart. You clean blood off stone floors until your hands are raw, scrubbing with buckets of vinegar, the only thing that cuts through the overwhelming reek of sweat, excrement, blood, and decomposing flesh that clings to dungeon stones. The acidic smell burns your nostrils, but it's far better than the alternative, the stench of human despair. The smell never leaves your clothes. Iron, blood, fear, sweat, and something else you can't quite name, but which turns your stomach. Your mother tries washing your clothes 3 times. That smell isn't coming out. Not ever. Underscore 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 underscore. Month 9. Your father decides you're ready to watch. A man is brought in, accused of stealing grain during the harvest. His weeping, begging, swearing on his mother's grave that is innocent. Your father doesn't care. Innocent or guilty, your father's job is to make the man confess. That's what the law demands. A confession. Your father starts with the thumbscrews, small metal devices that appear harmless until they begin crushing bone. The man's screams are so loud you think your ears might bleed. You want to look away, but your father is watching you, making sure you don't flinch. This is your future. This is what you'll do every single day for the rest of your life. The man confesses after his third finger breaks. He admits to stealing grain he never stole. Names people who don't exist just to make the pain stop. Another successful day at the office. Underscore 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 underscore. You're 12 now and the real education begins. Your father hands you the pincers and points to a prisoner's mouth. Start with the back teeth, he says, perfectly casually. They're easier to grip. You hesitate. The prisoner looks at you with desperate eyes. Your father's hand lands on your shoulder, not gently. A warning. You do it now, or I do it to you later, he whispers. But there's more to fear than just his wrath. Cross the church, harm the wrong nobleman, or let a prisoner die before confession, and they'll burn us both alive, he adds grimly. You've heard the stories. Torturers who disobeyed orders or showed unauthorized cruelty found themselves on the very pyres they once prepared for heretics. Your first tooth extraction takes an age. Your hands shake. The prisoner passes out from the pain before you're halfway through. Your father shakes his head. Sloppy work. Practice until you get it right. And you do practice, on prisoner after prisoner, until pulling teeth becomes as natural as brushing your own. Age 15 brings anatomy lessons. You learn where to cut for maximum pain without killing. How long someone can hang before their shoulders give way. How many turns of the rack it takes before someone begs. You discover that fear is often more effective than pain itself. Sometimes simply showing someone the tools is enough to make them talk. The human imagination fills in all the terrible details you don't even have to mention. Your father introduces you to the Iron Maiden, a human-shaped metal sarcophagus bristling with inward-facing spikes. Each spike pierces limbs, shoulders, thighs, never vital organs, he explains, demonstrating on a screaming victim. The art is in prolonged suffering, not swift death. You learn to operate it with surgical precision, knowing exactly which spikes to engage for different types of confession. By 17, you're ready for the rack, the king of torture devices, a wooden frame that stretches people like clay. Listen to their breathing, your father explains. When it becomes ragged, ease off. When they start talking, tighten further. Keep them right on the edge between confessing and dying. Your first solo session comes at 18. A woman accused of witchcraft because her neighbor's cow died. You start gently, just showing her the tools. She denies everything. But before you can proceed, you're accused of showing unauthorized mercy. The church demands proof of your divine sanction. You're forced to undergo trial by ordeal, plunging your hand into boiling oil to prove your methods are blessed by God. The searing agony reminds you that even torturers aren't above suspicion. When your wounds heal cleanly, you're deemed worthy to continue. Thumbscrews. Still denying. You hang her by her arms for an hour. Finally, you mention her children. Shame they had to be questioned as well. Children are so terribly fragile. She confesses within minutes. Admits to flying on broomsticks, dancing with the devil, cursing the crops. All lies, but effective ones. The crowd that watches a burn cheers your success. You feel physically sick. Years pass. You become good at your job. Disturbingly good. Your reputation spreads. They call you the bone breaker. You perfect new techniques. Keep detailed notes like any craftsman. Subject lasted 47 minutes before confession. Recommend a different approach next time. But success comes with a price. Nobody speaks to you except to hire your services. Children leg it when they see you coming. Even priests won't permit you to sit amongst decent folk. You're necessary but unwanted. Useful but unclean. You live alone at the edge of town. Your only companions are the screams echoing inside your head. You drink heavily, but alcohol doesn't wash away the memories. Women won't marry you. So you find companionship with someone as despised as yourself, a woman from the local brothel who understands what it means to be society's necessary evil. 20 years of torture later, you're the most feared man in 3 counties. Your name makes criminals weep. You've extracted thousands of confessions and sent hundreds to their deaths. But comfort is a relative thing when your job is inflicting misery. Every night brings nightmares, faces of people you've broken, voices pleading for mercy you couldn't give. You wake up screaming more often than your victims ever did. Your wife gives birth to twin boys. For the first time in years, you feel something like hope. Perhaps they can escape this life. But hope is a luxury torturers cannot afford. Your hands begin to shake at 40. Years of gripping tools take their toll. One day you miscalculate. A prisoner dies before confessing. The judge is furious. Your reputation suffers. More mistakes follow. Word spreads that the great bone breaker is losing his touch. There's only one solution, and you despise it more than anything in the world. You take your eldest son aside on his 13th birthday. This is our family trade. You tell him, watching his face crumble, I didn't choose it. My father didn't choose it. And neither will you. But if you're going to survive, you need to be better than I ever was. He cries. He begs. He tries to run away. 3 days later he's back, hungry and defeated. There's nowhere to run. The family curse follows you wherever you go. So you begin his training, just as your father trained you. You see in his eyes the same death of innocence you felt all those years ago. The cycle continues. Your son learns a trade, masters the techniques, earns his own reputation. You retire to a corner of the house, hands too unsteady to wake. But retirement isn't freedom. It's simply a different sort of prison. You listen to the screams from below, knowing your son is carrying on the family tradition. Every cry reminds you that this is your legacy, the curse you've passed on to another generation. You die at 52, which is a ripe old age for someone in your profession. Most torturers never live to see their grandchildren. The stress, the drink, the constant dread of revenge, it kills them young. But you've been lucky. If any part of this life can be called lucky, even in your final years, there's no peace. Torturers are feared even in retirement. Villagers believe you're cursed, damned by your bloody trade. When your active service ends, you're quietly exiled to remote regions. Society's way of erasing the shame you represent. Few torturers receive pensions or land. Most are relocated far from civilization or executed in secret to prevent their dark knowledge from spreading. Your sons bury you in the torturer's corner of the churchyard, far from decent folk, even in death. No priest says prayers over your grave. No mourners come to pay their respects. Just your family, carrying on a tradition that has destroyed every generation for centuries. But at least it's over for you. The nightmares stop. The guilt ends. The screams finally fade to silence. You've paid your debt to a world that needed someone to do its dirty work, even as it hated you for doing it. Your sons, though, their story is only just beginning. And somewhere in the village, a 4-year-old boy is starting to wonder why people make the sign of the cross whenever his family walks by.